What if the biggest cultural divide in Europe isn't between East and West, but between North and South? And what if Southern Europeans, Italians, Greeks, the people of Malta, likely have more in common with Tunisians, Turks, and Cypriots than with Swedes, Norwegians, or the Dutch? Let's talk Mediterranean versus European, because the closer you look, the more the Middle East might start feeling like home. Let's dive in. People talk about Europe like it's one cultural block. But is it? What if the Mediterranean wasn't split between continents? Like Australia, it may have been considered its own continent. The famous historian David Abulafia said it best: Mediterranean societies, whether Christian, Muslim, or Jewish, shared more with each other than with Northern Europeans. Is a Mediterranean Arab more similar to Italians, for example, compared to a Saudi Arabian? Well, let's start with how people live. Section 1. Family values in Northern Europe versus the Mediterranean. In Southern Europe, Turkey and North Africa, family isn't just important, it's everything. In Italy, Greece, Morocco, and Turkey, it's common for adult children to live with their parents into their 30s. In Tunisia, which is a Muslim country in the Mediterranean, just under Italy, it's the same thing: strong family culture and respect. In fact, over 60% of young adults in Southern Europe live at home. But in Scandinavia, less than 20%. That's not just economics, it's their worldview. In the South, leaving your parents too early can be seen as cold. In the North, staying too long is seen as dependent. See the difference? Let's take elder care. In Norway, almost 5% of elderly people live in state-run homes. In Italy, under 2%. In Greece, much lower, 1.3%. Tunisia, even more rare, less than 1%. So it seems, in much of the northern parts of Europe, the state takes over when parents age. In the South, Turkey and the Arab world, family steps in. Strong family bonds and intergenerational living are deeply rooted in these cultures. They take pride in it. Putting your mother in a care home in Naples or Alanya, that can be a source of shame. In Norway and Sweden, completely different. Scandinavians prioritize individualism and social welfare systems, which shift caregiving responsibilities from families to the state. Section 2. Coffee culture in the plazas. Want to see culture in a cup? Go to a cafe in Malta, Milan, Cyprus, or Tunisia. People sit. They talk. Hours can pass, whether Muslim or Christian or non-religious. The culture is the same. One espresso, 10 stories. Now compare that to Stockholm or Helsinki. Coffee is seen as functional. To go. Fast. Completely different vibe. It's a rush hour drink, a product, and generally more expensive. In places like London, first dates tend to occur more at bars compared to cafes. Many cafes in the Mediterranean close late at night too. Italy and Tunisia treat cafes like second homes. Strangers even become friends in these coffee shops, something unheard of in, say, Finland. But it doesn't stop with coffee. The thinking of the people is reflected on the street. Public space is philosophy. It is so different to the north of Europe. In the South, people crave plaza-style atmospheres. Open-air squares, fountains, noise, children running, old men arguing about football. They want street life, connection, bustle. In the Arab world, same thing. Medinas, souks, outdoor cafes, all built for community, not consumption. Talk, not transaction. Meanwhile, in the north, the mall replaced the plaza. Indoor, controlled, commercial. So here's the real difference. Some cultures are built to keep people moving. Others are built to keep people together. In Turkey, they say, "Bir elin nesi var, iki elin sesi var." One hand alone is silent, but two together make a sound. Section 3. Body language and expression. Just go to a bustling plaza in Greece or Morocco. Hands move, eyes connect, faces are animated. A conversation in Rome, Agadir, or Portugal might even sound like an argument, but it's not. Meanwhile, in Finland or Denmark, stillness is respected. Silence is safe. In Greece and Turkey, saying nothing might mean you're angry. Tunisians and Italians, honestly, they could be cousins. Both love talking loudly, and not just with words. Just take how they look at time. If a Tunisian or Italian says, "I'm coming in 5 minutes," don't believe it. That could mean 30 minutes, maybe more. But in Germany or Sweden, 5 minutes means 5 minutes, on the dot. They even get stressed if you're early. In the north, time is currency. In the south, time is company. This isn't just a habit, it's a mindset. There is solid proof that Mediterranean and Arab cultures were shaped by the same historical rhythm. The markets, the mosques, the churches, the caravans, the call to prayer, the ringing of bells. They grew up under the same sun, with the same trade routes, the same empires passing through. Section 4. Even the hair tells a story. Walk through Florence, Cyprus, or Istanbul, and you'll see it. The hair, dark, thick, wavy, curled. The same oils, the same styles. Coconut, argan, olive. Protective textures, natural curls, slick backs, bun wraps. In village streets, whether in Sicily or Susi, you'll see little girls with thick black hair bouncing behind them like cartoon comets. Dora the Explorer has nothing on them. Their mothers, pulling strands into tight buns or braids with rhythm passed down from grandmothers. Same patterns, same shine, same pride. Italians and Cypriots often have more in common at the salon than with blonde-haired Danes or ash-toned Finns. Because it's not just texture, it's ritual. It's women sitting together laughing, arguing over which cousin's wedding was better. Section 5. Geography is just the start. So maybe the real question is, if the Mediterranean weren't a sea, but land, would we call it one continent? Same diet, same rhythms, same window styles, same sense of public space. This is factual. Even historian Fernand Braudel wrote, "The Mediterranean is a world apart, marked by slow rhythms, personal networks, and intense localism. So why do we split it? Why do we pretend that Southern Europe is more like Norway than it is like Cyprus or Malta or Turkey or Tunisia? Maybe that says more about politics than innocent people living their lives in the same proximity. So, are Mediterraneans more Arab than European? The way they gather, the way they love, the way they stay connected to food, family, feeling. You won't find that in GDP charts. But you'll see it in every piazza, every Medina, every grandmother's house. So next time someone says east versus west, look south. Because maybe the real cultural fault line isn't between lines on maps, but between latitude, shared history, ingredients, culture. Maybe, just maybe, the South has more in common than we've ever admitted.